Good morning, everybody. This is Umar Sheikh. In today's video, we shall discuss about plasma membrane or cell membrane. Get into the topic. Yes, plasma membrane or cell membrane is made up of proteins and lipids. Mainly, plasma membrane it contains lipids and proteins. The ratio of proteins and lipids is vary from different cells. So usually it is bilayer. Lipids are bilayer, and in addition to that, proteins also accumulated with it. Right. So if you see, there is different percent of lipids and proteins are present in different type of cells. For example, if you observe erythrocytes, the protein percent is 52% and lipid percent is only 40%. So actually proteins are less in the plasma membrane than lipids, but there is a change. In erythrocytes, 52% proteins and 40% lipids only present. Then, to describe about the structure of plasma membrane, several scientists worked on it. Finally, Singer and Nicholson in the year of 1972, Singer and Nicholson proposed a theory which described about the plasma membrane is called fluid mosaic model. Yes, fluid mosaic model described the structure of plasma membrane. Then, it's actually plasma membrane. It is very selectively permeable membrane. Selectively permeable membrane means it allows the substances into the cell which are required to the cell and which are harmful to the cell. At any cost, plasma membrane do not allow into the cells. Then some of the substances they enter into the plasma membrane, into the cell, by means of no energy is spent to get into the cell through the plasma membrane. So the transport of material without using any energy, it is known as transport, positive transport. For the positive transport of substances into the cell through the plasma membrane, if there is no requirement of any energy, that transport is said to be passive transport. Then active transport. Active transport means energy is required. Energy is required for the transportation of substances into the cell through the plasma membrane. It is called as active transport. For example, sodium and potassium pump is utilized. ATP is utilized for the pumping of sodium and potassium in the active transport. See, here when we discuss about plasma membrane, there is necessary to discuss about diffusion and osmosis. In diffusion process, the solutions usually transport from high concentration to low concentration. For diffusion, there is no need of any membrane. But osmosis is a process which transports the substances from lower concentration to higher concentration through a membrane. It is called as osmosis. Okay, then it allows water to pass through it. Plasma membrane allows the water to pass through it, and not only water but also different type of materials which dissolve in the water also transported through the plasma membrane into the cell. Right. Then if we observe the functions of the plasma membrane, see, it gives the shape. Plasma membrane, it provides definite shape to the cell. Usually it gives a definite shape to the fluid content of the cell. Means because of this plasma membrane, this gives the shape to the cell and it gives the shape to the fluid content of the cell. Then, and the second function, important function of plasma membrane is it gives the mechanical barrier. Mechanical barrier means it protects from the mechanical strengths, mechanical jerks and shocks. For example, it protects the internal content. Internal content of the cell is protected by plasma membrane. So, mechanical barrier means it helps in the protection of the remaining internal organs of the cell. So, it is the main function of the plasma membrane. Then, selectively permeability. Selectively permeability means plasma membrane allows only the material which is very essential to the cell, and it does not allow, plasma membrane does not allow the substances which are not necessary to the cell. So that property is known as selective permeability. This selective permeability is also one of the main functions of plasma membrane. Let us see. The next one is endocytosis. Endocytosis means endo, taking in, cytosis, it engulfs, it takes in. So it enables the cell to engulf food and other from external environment. From the external environment means just we can say that the cell is there and it is attached to the another cell. It is its external environment. So from one cell to another cell also. For example, if any food or any substances is required for the cell, it is engulfed by the plasma membrane. It is received by the plasma membrane. So endocytosis is also one of the important function of plasma membrane. Next, osmosis. As we already discussed about osmosis, osmosis means the transportation of solutions from low concentration to high concentration. Usually, high concentration to low concentration, material transport from high to low. But in osmosis process, materials or substances, they transform or they transfer from low concentration to high concentration through a membrane. Here membrane is nothing but plasma membrane. So osmosis, the main function, one of the main functions of plasma membrane is osmosis also. Next, flow of information means usually cells are together, means they are one and another joins together, right? So the information from one cell should be passed to the another cell. So the flow of information is possible by the cell because two cells are connected with two cells are attached to each other through the plasma membrane. So flow of information is also one of the main functions of plasma membrane. Let us see then cell continuity. One cell joined with another cell by plasma membrane through the plasma desmata. Plasma desmata are present. These plasma desmata connects from one cell to another, and it is possible to pass the information. So flow of information is also possible by the plasma desmata. Right? Next, last function is specialization. And sometimes this endoplasmic reticulum is designed for itself for a special function, such as, for example, in the small intestine also several cells are there, and for those cells they specially transform themselves for the absorption of food. In microvilli is the best example we can say. From the microvilli they absorb the food. So in that microvilli, this plasma membrane is specially designed for that purpose. So these are the functions of plasma membrane. In next video we will see the different type of questions asked in the previous examinations, right, related to cell and cell membrane. Thank you, and my sincere request is please subscribe my channel, share it and support me for the better videos. Thank you one and all. Thank you very much.